So we'll start then. Most of you have taken Spanish 1 and Spanish 2, but we're going to go through this real quick, just in case there's a few of you that haven't. ¿Por qué estudias español? Porque es divertido.
It's fun.
Divertido.
Sí.
All right. So in Spanish 1, some of the fun things first. In Spanish 1, we get to go to Festival of Nations. Spanish 2 also. We get to go to Festival of Nations, and that's usually a fun day in the beginning of May. One Friday, the first May, Friday in May. So also then in Spanish 1, we do stuff like family tree and that kind of stuff. Spanish 2, we make piñatas, and then Spanish 2, we've got the fashion show that you get to create as well. Okay? And there's a little video of a recent participant.
I'm not waiting to laugh.
All right.
Spanish 3 field trips. We go and we learn about the Spanish food. So we visit a Spanish restaurant. Sometimes it's Chipotle, sometimes it's Fiesta Mexicana, depending what time of year. We also do some cooking right here. A lot of times we join Senora Asher or Senora Matzig, depending who's teaching the class. We also, in Spanish 3, go to a bilingual play, Mixed Blood Theater. Students in the past have really enjoyed it. They've actually understood quite a bit of Spanish. Also, Spanish 4, we teach at the elementary school, and we also learn about the airport and go through customs and immigration, and we take a tour through the airport and the customs and what goes on there and how people from other countries, what's the process for them to enter our country, and they share their experiences and what kind of background that they have. And we also then, with that same day, that tour to the MSP, we actually visit 3M. And we go through and take a little tour of 3M and look at what do they offer, what use would be a language, the international marketing side of 3M. As we all know, they're worldwide. And so we take a tour through, and they're former EHS students that give us the tour that work at 3M, and we look at the marketing from other countries and how it's different compared to the marketing here. So then now, Senora can talk about the, in order to do all these fun things, of course you have to learn some Spanish.
Yeah, so you got to go through Spanish 1 and then through Spanish 2. In Spanish 1, Learning Essentials, a term you're familiar with now. These are just some of the things. These are what we feel are the most important things to know. So for vocabulary then, of course we learn the countries and their locations, and then basic phrases like como te llamas, como estás, numbers up through 100, school, so you can talk about your classroom, subjects in school, when lunch is, which of course is most important, and then city, transportation, how you get to the city, food, going to the restaurant, what you eat, ordering food, and then we talk about family. Last of all, we finish up in Spanish 1, talking about family, describing them, etc. Okay? And these are grammatical structures. It's pretty basic stuff. We start out pretty basic with subject pronouns, adjective, agreement, noun, gender, conjugating verbs. We start out speaking one word. We end up Spanish 1 actually speaking in sentences. So we get to improve quite a bit as we go through Spanish 1. Okay.
And just field trips again, Spanish 2.
Spanish 2, Learning Essentials then, clothing and body parts, and that's where we get to do the fashion show. And we talk about holidays, weather, we talk about what the weather's like today, what the weather's like in December, what the weather's like in July, days, dates, numbers up through 1,000, sports and activities, pastimes, favorite pastimes, and then houses. We do our dream house, and then we talk about our dream houses and that kind of stuff.
So just
Grammatical structures that go along with that. Again, I'm not going to, the star is saying what we like. We have 2 minutes.
So field trips again. Spanish 3, more advanced grammar, learning more conversations, more small conversations, real life, building vocabulary. It's probably one of the most more difficult quarters. Grammar structures, again, field trips, and what we do, which we bit. Then Spanish 4, Spanish 3 is more advanced grammar, and I say that one quarter is harder than the other. The preterite tense, and that builds on for the rest of the other levels, okay, up to level 4. Grammar structures, Spanish 4, we speak a lot of Spanish, we learn about the hotel. In one quarter, we also talk about the airport also. I think important information here is you do not have to have both quarters, okay? It's not required like it is through 1 through 3. You could take one quarter and not, quarter number 1 and not quarter number 2, okay? So you could take them separate. Learning essentials there again, news broadcasts. All right, I'm going to try to get to here really quick. So why 4 years of a language? Okay, you could take a free test at the college level. What does that give you? It could give you 8 credits for the price of 4, retroactive credits. Okay, so if you test into a 200 level class, get a B or higher, you could save potentially $800 or more. Okay, so advantage of taking Spanish, taking as much Spanish as possible in high school can save you time and money in college. Why careers? Okay, anybody who can speak Spanish is more employable and has a distinct advantage over someone who cannot. Okay. Also, you got to look at many colleges, how they recommend as many years as you possibly can get in. I know that La Crosse, now this is the second experience that I've had, that they've asked to have at least 3, if not 4 years of the language if you're going to go to UW La Crosse. Okay. Also, another experience that I just had a student tell me, this student's going to McNally Smith Music College. She transferred from River Falls to there. She took a Spanish course, 4 credits, got retroactive credits 8. McNally Smith actually accepted all 8 credits. So a credit at McNally Smith is $800. She just saved $1,600, okay? Because she doesn't have to take those 8 credits at McNally Smith, all right? And she's not even majoring in Spanish. So really think about that when you register next year, okay? I know some of you, well, I'm not ever going to use it. Well, you would be surprised how beneficial it could be, or it could actually save your job. I know that Mr. Judge shared with the AP course. His brother had a minor in Spanish, and not too long ago they were cutting at his job. His job was saved because he had Spanish background. He had a Spanish minor. And so other people unfortunately would cut, but because of the language, his job was saved. Okay, so keep that in mind, long term.